footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, breaking down the Browns versus the Rams. Now let's look at St. Louis in this game offensively. The game plan versus the Arizona Cardinals was a very good one. I like the game plan they had. They got everyone involved. The run game was solid. It was just all about execution later on in the game. You make the field goal, you win the ball game, you get out of Arizona with the victory. But the game plan was solid. I would say bring that same game plan to the Cleveland Browns Stadium to take on the Browns. I like when the Rams have Steven Jackson in the lineup. That is a different team out there. The offensive line looks a lot better. Everyone is catching the football now, and you see they have a bevy of targets. Cleveland doesn't have enough secondary players to cover the Rams' targets when they decide to spread it out. But I look for the Rams to bring that same game plan, that balanced game plan against the Browns. Now, defensively coming to this matchup, they have to make sure they cover the flats. The Browns on offense don't stretch the field vertically enough. Cover 2 could probably help you guys out against the Browns and keeping everything in front of you and letting your defensive line get pressure on Colt McCoy. So I would say more cover 2 this week and off cover 2, not even a tight cover 2. Keep everything in front of you. Allow that defensive line to get pressure, especially on the interior. So to look for the defensive tackles to have some success on getting pressure on the interior of the Cleveland Browns. And I would say also play the run on the way to the quarterback. The Browns don't have any explosiveness out of the backfield right now, and they're struggling to try to run the football. So I would say just pin your ears back and get pressure on Colt McCoy. You might see the Rams gamble a little bit more this week as opposed to weeks previous. Speaking of Cleveland, offensive side of the football, you have to force the issue with the run. Even if the run is not working, I don't know if Hill is going to be healthy this week, if he is, if he's not, but Obadiah is going to be back there. You have to force the issue with the run. Even if the Rams are stuffing the run, continue to do so. What that is going to do is buy time later on in the game for Colt McCoy, who's a guy that's very mobile. Even if you want to design some plays to take advantage of his mobility, put an added pressure aspect on the Rams defense. You might even see some read option plays. I would use Colt McCoy's athleticism. This guy is very athletic. Get him on the move, force the issue with the run, and watch the passing game flourish. And they have to get more imaginative in their offense. Right now, teams, I talked to a couple of Browns fans this past weekend, and they were like, man, I can call the game from my couch. Well, that means the Browns offense isn't as imaginative as you would like if a fan could see what's going on from the sidelines and make from the couch and make the calls on the field. But they have to get more imaginative, because what is going to happen, Spagnuolo is going to come in with a great game plan. The Browns have to be ready to change what they're doing on the fly. Now, defensively, no big plays given up in the ground game. The Browns can do a great job of stopping the run. It's the big play that gashes them, the big chunks, the 20-yard gain, the 30-yard gain. You cannot have that this week against Steven Jackson. If you can limit Jackson to 85 to even 100 yards, you can have some success, because the defensive ends do a great job of getting pressure, and there will be opportunities to get sacks on Sam Bradford. X factor for the St. Louis Rams, those D tackles, Robbins and Batten, those guys, Bannon, they have to have a huge day versus that interior Browns offensive line. And the X factor for Cleveland has to be Joshua Cribbs. He needs a big play, whether it be in the special teams or on offense. So look for Cribbs to have a big handle, a big thumbprint on this ball game as the X factor. I'm going with the Rams in this game. I like where their offense is. They can score points if need be. The Browns just aren't imaginative right now, and they're struggling in the backfield to try to chew up the time of possession without a running back. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.